Hey everybody, I'm Russell Payne for The Vindicator, and this is one of our candidate spotlight opportunities, and today we'll be talking with Ryan Taylor, who is running for Liberty County Republican Party Chair. Mr. Taylor is on the ballot in the third spot, and remember, ballot order is dictated by a drawing of numbers. It's not any indication of anyone's place in order. It's just where the number they drew on the ballot. But he will appear on the ballot in the third spot. Wesley Thomas is the incumbent in that race right now, and also Craig McNair, former Liberty County judge, has put his name in the hat for that. And hopefully we'll get to speak to those candidates at some point. But today we're going to speak to Mr. Ryan Taylor. Ryan, welcome. And I guess let's just start out simple and slow here with some folks may not know you, or some folks know you and maybe need a refresher. But introduce Ryan Taylor to the community.
Thank you for having me, Russell. So my name is Ryan Taylor. I currently live in the city of DayZeta. I serve on city council there. I represent this county on Brazos Transit District as the board director, serving Liberty, Walker, and Montgomery County. I serve on TML Region 16 board as the vice president. I'm a member of Runyon Z Rising Stars Club, and recently was just appointed to a board for HGAC in Houston for small cities.
Okay. Of course, HGAC is an important board that really impacts our communities on another level, outside, and so that's an important place to serve. But another area though that we're talking about here though is at the party level, right? This is a little bit different conversation than most of these sessions that we will have. This is specifically focused on Republican Party politics and the leadership of the party. Now let's just take a moment and maybe explain what that means to the voters that don't understand that, because obviously this is an appeal to Republican voters right now.
Yeah, so for the Republican Party here in the county, you want me to go over the requirements of the party chair? You're serving as the election official for the county party. You're going in between. We don't host our own elections. We go contract with the county. But our goal is to identify candidates, grow those candidates, and get them ready to run for office. We have to recruit, whatever it may be, and prepare them and be a tool for them.
Mm-hmm. And when you recruit candidates, I guess what is it you're looking for in candidates? What is it you're looking for to bring into the fold of the party?
We're looking for honest people at the end of the day. Honest, good-hearted conservatives that are going to go out and serve their community and their constituents well.
Liberty County, the population is probably somewhere around 100,000. We're not really sure. Census numbers were not exactly on par when the census was taken last time. A lot of growth in this area. Liberty County has been Republican across the board, I believe, since 2008 now. The last
of the one JP.
Yeah, with one JP, which was the last JP's office was this last election cycle 4 years ago, and that was the final Democrat serving in the entire county. So we are now 100% Republican across the board. But with that, right, the landscape, and I get back to this population growth and increase, it's a different population in 2008 versus what is there now. What would you say to the voters that are already here, already were voting Republican, as to why you're the candidate that they need to look at? And what would you say to the newcomers that are coming into the county that you want to ideally see if you're a Republican supporting the Republican Party?
Yeah, I think in this job, politics is important, and we need to focus. We need to pull our attention from not only national and state politics, but local politics. Right now, we face some challenges in this county because we have a lot of transplants from other areas. Harris County, they're moving heavily in. At a state level, California seems to be moving here a lot, and we don't want to lose what we have. We don't want to turn Liberty County blue. We've held on for a good while as conservatives here. I would say that we need to up the Republican Party. We can't sit stagnant. We can't allow for people to move in and not try to recruit them to the party or recruit them to to be a Republican, we have to have voter turnout. Right now, our voter turnout's low. Whether it be our precinct chairs are reaching out to a certain number of people every month, or they're block walking every month, we have to make contacts there to get a higher voter turnout, more people involved in the party. And then for the voters that currently live here, I'm running on 3 principles: is vision, leadership, and growth. We have to grow the party. We need good leadership and the vision for the party in the future. If we sit stagnant for 5 to 10 years now, we could lose. We could lose heavy races. My fear is North Liberty County, Cleveland area. We could turn blue over there if we don't target the turnouts.
Okay. As far as the party now, currently, I believe we have a handful of precincts chairs positions that are filled currently. It's not at full capacity, and of course that's you got to get people to want to be involved and do that, right? So that's not necessarily the fault of anybody. But what would you do to try to correct that, try to remedy that, to grow the party, to fill those other seats?
Yeah. So coming in, whenever I signed up for my election, I believe there were 7 to 8 precinct chairs. I think that 3 other people have signed up, so that puts us at 11 of 22 precinct chairs. That's a low number, in my opinion, but that's where we use all of our tools in our chest, the GOP database, voter records. We identify strong names in those precincts, and we confront them. Hey, we need a precinct chair here. Would this be something you're interested in? And I think that's the start of it. We get good precinct chairs in, fill our numbers up, and then we roll out, start block walking, start talking to citizens.
Okay. I think there's times we're getting into politics here, and you get into, obviously there's a term that everyone's heard of as rhino, Republican in name only. I think at times that may, and this is just an outside looking in on this one, I think that term may be thrown out there sometimes to just deflect your opponent because they're not as staunchly conservative as, this is not Mr. Taylor we're talking about here, right? So what is your attitude amongst the ranks, though? Because there are different levels of conservatives out there, right? What is your product? What do you see doing? Trying to draw all those folks into the party, or do you feel like you need to alienate some of those and only bring in a certain? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I understand that level that we've gotten to now. I don't think that it's good to alienate folks and push people out. A good resolution is when we can all come to a table and agree on basic foundations. And then if we can agree on the basic foundations, then we can push the rest aside.
Right. The platform is important to the party, and that, but again, ideally you would want to have everybody that seems to identify on this particular side at least have a word at the table. What do you feel is the importance of the platform for Republicans?
Are you asking state platform?
State platform, yeah, and how it applies, to the level here.
State politics is important. It's just as important as local politics. They're going to have a direct influence on us, and if we have good conservative representatives in Austin representing our interest and following the plank and doing what they should for us, I fear that sometimes we elect people and they totally follow the plank or the platform, and they're not serving the best interest of where they're from, of their districts.
That's it. Okay. What do you think, I guess, if you are elected, what would you like to see? What would you like to do that's different maybe right now than what you see being done at the party level currently?
Yeah. Number one, we're gonna try to fill as many precinct chair spots as we can, because I think that's a good foundation to where to start. And then we're going to come out and there's 2 demographics in voters. You have your registered voters who just don't vote, and you have your unregistered voters. And instead of attacking unregistered voters first, let's go for our registered voters that aren't voting, and let's figure out why, and let's try to get them to the polls, get our turnouts higher. Fundraising for the party. We need finances in this party. Long term, I'd like to see us have a GOP headquarters, whether it be staffed by volunteers so many days a week, so many hours a week, just to where there's a general base to where you can come and get voter information if you'd like, or you can come and talk politics, whatever the case may be. If you need help with something, there's an office for it.
That's it. Well, we talked a little bit about your experiences, your city councilman, and some boards you're on professionally. You want to share a little bit about yourself, what you do to pay the bills?
Yeah, I'm a firefighter EMT in Lumberton and Hardin County. That's my career. I've served with Holdizetta Volunteer Fire Department for going on 5 years now. And, you know, I'm glad you bring it up, because across the campaign, knocking on doors, we've talked to people. And one question I was asked was, do you have time? You know, because they said, well, you're a firefighter. Do you have time for this? And yes, I have time. I work, our schedules, we work 2 to 3 days a week. We're there for a day and we're off. So I'd be local. I'd be here representing the interest of Liberty County.
Okay. Is there any other appeal you'd like to make to voters?
Yeah, we're running this campaign, like I said, on vision, leadership, and growth. And we're asking for you to consider us in the primary election. We'll be out knocking on doors. We have signs. If you'd like a sign, contact the campaign. We'd be more than glad to get you one. If you want to sit down and talk politics, my phone number's out there. I'd love to talk to you and get your support.
Well, it's Ryan Taylor, who's running for the Liberty County Republican Party chairman. He's third on the ballot in that race. Some information that might be important. Early voting begins on February the 17th. At voting centers across the county. Election day, also at voting centers across the county, is Tuesday, March the 3rd, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We have some candidate forums coming up, by the way, just to put that out there. Forums for the Congressional District 9 and Senate District 3 candidates will be on February the 11th at 6 p.m. at the Dayton Community Center. That's a Wednesday night. The following night, a Thursday night, we will have forums for the Precinct 2 and 4 county commissioners races, as well as the 75th and 253rd District Judge races. At 6 p.m. on the Thursday the 12th. And both of those, again, will be at the Dayton Community Center. The deadline to register to vote, if you have not registered yet, is February the 2nd. And again, Election Day is March the 3rd. Mr. Taylor here is a great young man to put himself out there and getting in this race. And we look forward to seeing what happens on the campaign trail. And we look forward to talking to your opponents. The offers out there to all the candidates to come on in and be a part of these Liberty County voter spotlights, and also on our election day guide, which will be out before early voting, to give you some information to have at your fingertips if you want it when you go into the voting booth. February the 12th, that'll come out in the Vindicator, and it'll be online. Ryan, we appreciate it, and good luck, and we look forward to seeing how you do on the campaign trail.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you.